All right, so today I wanted to talk about the anatomy of a Big Island cymbal. So obviously this is a hand-hammered cymbal, and that might sound obvious, but you would be really surprised that not many cymbals are hand-hammered 100% anymore. A lot of those cymbals that come from the big factories and say that they're hand-hammered are in fact machine hammered, and I think that's one beautiful thing about supporting kind of more smaller independent cymbal smiths is we're kind of doing what for example, Turkey used to do a lot of like 30-40 years ago. And so one surprising thing I get from a lot of people that buy my cymbals is how different a hand hammered cymbal like feels and sounds, because I can guarantee 99% of the cymbals out on the market are not hand hammered. And for me, what got me into making cymbals was how unique and beautiful hand hammered cymbals sounded. So that's something to think about next time you purchase a cymbal. Is not necessarily from me, but from another small maker. There's, I think there's probably 15 or 20 of us in the United States, and we're scattered throughout the world. So this cymbal is fully lathed, and I laser engrave my logos. I used to do an ink stamp, which I actually like because it's very defined and it kind of looks old school. But it comes with its own problems and it doesn't stay on that long. So I wish there was actually a kind of a middle ground, but I'm working on that. The way the big companies do it is they actually screen print it on like a t-shirt, and they use a special ink. I have that, but it's just a whole different thing, and it you need kind of a big setup for that, and you need practice, and it's something I still consider because it lasts very long. I also have my stamp, which has my name, and then I fully lathed it, and then I also did a pin lathing, and that's inspired by Spizzichino. He did a similar lathing. And then on the bottom side, I like to put the name of the cymbal, and then I put the gram weight, the serial number. So the serial number is just cymbals that are out on the marketplace. I've sold or sponsored or given away. I've made more cymbals than that, but there's only so many I've let out because a lot of them were practice cymbals, and then handmade in Hawaii. Most recently, I have been experimenting with a polyurethane coating, and I am not a fan of polyurethane just because of what the big companies do. And I used to work in a drum store, is they really dampen the cymbal a lot, but the reason they do it is it keeps the shine. So when the cymbal sits on the shelves for like 3 to 6 months or even years, it doesn't turn. Because if you don't put any kind of coating on it, especially here in Hawaii with the humidity, it can turn colors in a matter of a day. So I've done patinas, and I've also do different oils in WD-40. One of my teachers, Dave Collingwood, he's big into WD-40, and that's kind of one of my go-tos. But over the last few months, I've been experimenting with polyurethane, but not so heavy like a lot of the big companies use. And I've found a way to put it on very thinly and cover it just to protect it enough from the elements. And I'm really happy with how it's coming out. And it's took me a while to get this kind of recipe down, but I'm probably just going to use it for the brilliant cymbals like this. So anyways, just wanted to share that with everyone. So yes, support your local or independent cymbal smith.